For question 1, I think it's helpful to state that gases move from high to low pressures, and then this is helpful in mechanisms such as ventilation and gas exchange. So first, Boyle's law states that pressure and volume are inversely related. So if volume decreases, pressure increases. If volume increases, pressure decreases. So this is helpful in mechanisms such as ventilation, because if you want to inhale, the pressure in the atmosphere must be higher than the pressure in our lungs. And we do this by expanding our diaphragm. This increases the volume in our lung and decreases lung pressure, allowing for air to enter into our lungs. And then for exhalation, it's important that the pressure in our lungs are higher than the pressure in the atmosphere. We do this by contracting our lungs, which decreases lung volume and then increases pressure, and this allows us to expel air back into the atmosphere. For Dalton's law, this is the total pressure of gas mixture is equal to the sum of pressure that each gas would exert individually. So for example, it would be the partial pressure of oxygen plus the partial pressure of carbon dioxide plus the partial pressure of nitrogen equals the total partial pressure in the atmosphere. So this relates to gas exchange in the human body because this influences diffusion of gas exchange across different membranes in our body, for example, from the arteries to the muscle, and each gas, such as oxygen and carbon dioxide, contribute to its own pressure in the overall pressure, allowing us to determine how much of gas will be diffused in our partial pressure gradient. And then the larger the difference in the partial pressure of the gases between two different areas, the more gas exchange will occur. So I have a little diagram here. This kind of shows just the movement of oxygen throughout our body. So you see here the partial pressure of oxygen is higher in the atmosphere. It's higher than the partial pressure of oxygen in our lungs. This allows for gas diffusion from the atmosphere in our lungs. And then you can see the partial pressure of oxygen is lower in the arteries in the lungs. This allows diffusion from the alveoli from the lungs into the arteries. And then again, you can see the artery partial pressure is higher than the partial pressure in our muscles, and then this allows diffusion from the arteries into our muscle.